can see, if I just step out the way a second, the memorials and the flowers and the balloons. I mean, this before was just a patch of grass, but this is now rightfully a shrine to those four little boys, those Badmill princes, they're now being called. And like you said, there's going to be a candlelight vigil tonight around 4 p.m. Speaking to a member of the public earlier in the week, the community was saying they want to try and ring all around the lake with candles and kind of create this light all around the lake. Of course, in such solemn times and sad times, light often, is the only way to signify that life still goes on, and this community is still mourning here today. It's devastating for this community. It was devastating when we learnt of the loss of the three boys on Monday, but it almost felt like in this community that they had to mourn all the way again when, of course, we heard the horrible news about young 6-year-old Samuel also passing away, and his brother Finley. As the week went on here, messages of support came for young Samuel, so messages like "carry on, keep fighting," but unfortunately we now know, of course, that fight could not be won. The other, the 10-year-old in this case, Jack Johnson, of course, was just kind of by the lake when the brothers and the cousin were obviously got in trouble, and heroically he just went in without a kind of second thought to try and save them. His head teacher, Kieran Flaherty, said in a statement that he was someone who would always check in on others and make sure they were doing okay. He was a joy to teach, and a child who we're all so very proud of. He said he was a ray of sunshine who would never fail to make us smile, and we can only say thank you to him for brightening up our lives. And so this community's got to stand side by side again to support those families. The police saying they will support anyone that needs it here. They're providing support for the schools, for children. They're providing support, of course, for the families as well. But the conversation is also not only moving towards the remembrance. There's been a Just Giving page set up, and more than £63,000 has already been raised to go towards the four boys' funerals here. But the community has also now started to suggest ways in which to improve the safety of this lake. Local councillors suggesting possibly a fence, signage, and possibly even cameras in the area as well, because water safety at any time of the year, not just in winter but of course in the summer, is so critical, and so much trouble and tragedy, as we've seen this week, can come from water. And even, after this tragedy, fire services in Yorkshire and Wales having to warn people after people were spotted playing on lakes in those areas. And so this community, while it's still coming together, it's also having to provide new solutions in a way to make sure tragedies like this just don't happen again. But as you can see behind me, there's going to be more tributes and more balloons and more flowers brought here as people continue to mourn the loss of those four boys.
OK, Jack, thank you.